just got back a few weeks ago from the movie set in Atlanta of 90 Minutes of Heaven. It's the story of Don Piper, and a pretty big cast is in this too. Hayden Christensen, who plays Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars, is the lead role. He plays Don Piper. Kate Bosworth is Eva Piper, and Michael W. Smith even has a role in this.
It's an incredible story, true story, based on a car accident that happened in 1989. Don Piper, he's actually a Baptist pastor, and he was driving home from a conference when a truck crossed over the center line and basically drove over the top of his car, crushed almost every bone in his body. It's horrific, and reading it is really tough, I will say. But when the first responders came to the scene, they thought he was dead. They pulled a tarp over him, and he says he was dead, and he went to heaven.
For 90 minutes, and thus the name 90 Minutes in Heaven. It's now made into a movie. They just wrapped up production of this movie, and both Don Piper and his wife, Eva Piper, were in this movie. Now, Eva's played by Kate Bosworth, which that's pretty cool. You know, if you could pick somebody to play you, she has Eva Bosworth, which is really awesome. And so Allison and I were on the set where they were actually filming when Don Piper was returning home after 13 months in the hospital and recreating what that was like. And these were some of her thoughts about being on the set of that in particular scene.
Well, it was the day we were bringing Don home from the hospital. There was a lot of excitement. They've got the yellow balloons out. They've got the poster out. So everything looks very real. Don had been in the hospital for 105 days, and a lot of that time we didn't know if he was ever going to come home again. So we were all there. My parents had brought our boys back from Louisiana where they'd been staying, and our daughter would checked her early out of school, which is always a good thing. We had people from the church. It was just the whole driveway was lined, and it was a day that we had anticipated and looked forward to for a long time. It was like, okay, we're finally over this hump. It was, and when we drove around the corner and I saw the ambulance, my heart kind of stopped because it was hard, and now I feel like, you know, we were on the downhill slide, that we were finally going to get back to being a normal family again.
That's the real life Eva Piper, who's going to be portrayed by Kate Bosworth in the movie 90 Minutes of Heaven. We were really curious. Here it is, 20, almost 30 years later, when that incident happened back in 1989. What were the feelings that she was going through at that moment?
Feelings have kind of run the gamut. You know, to be standing on a film set is something I never envisioned myself doing. It's a little overwhelming to think of your life story being up on the big screen where everybody can see it, because privacy is going to be a different type of thing for us. Our family is a very ordinary family, and this is an extraordinary set of circumstances. So we have run the gamut from excitement to, oh my, what about this, to being a little apprehensive about what effect it will have, but the overall feeling is thankfulness that God has put this together, and that He has put the right people together, and that the true story is going to come out. So that's the overwhelming feeling.
Hayden Christensen, Kate Bosworth is playing Eva Piper, who that was the real Eva Piper that you heard, explaining some of the things that they were going through as they were filming this film. I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's October, right, that it comes out?
Yeah, it comes out this fall. You know, Eva spent most of her life as a school teacher, and she was just a sweet, sweet lady, and it was a pleasure meeting her.
Yeah, we made sure that we enunciated all of our words right and did proper grammar around her.
That's right.
Yeah, because she's that good. By the way, you can see some of the behind-the-scenes action when you use our His Radio TV app. You can go to Apple Store and Google Play and be able to download that today.
Even when the